I'm hitting the button. Hold on. Did a little
What do you
clap
got?
for the Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hitting that?
I'm hitting that.
Oh, nice.
The clap, not
The clap.
Amy.
Whoa.
No. Whoa.
Whoa, hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
We just got here.
What's happening?
Now, would I? No, I didn't now. Hi, Amy.
Well, hey,
how are you?
what's
Missed you.
awkward?
Okay. Do it in front of the kid with the iPhone. All you gotta do is say earmuffs to him. Earmuffs.
Take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again. 52-51.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to...
Oh, my wife's calling. That's awkward.
Sports Show 229. What's up, buddy?
Wow, Sports Show 229. I'm loving life. I'm still riding the high from last week.
Oh, that was a good show.
Buddy, I've been working on my wrestling promo. I'm upping my wrestling usage. I'm going to throw it to the roster one more time.
Yeah.
Remember, it's at Dungeon_Wrestling. That's their Instagram channel. On top of that, the link will send you to Eventbrite, but if you go to Eventbrite, you can just type in Dungeon Wrestling. What happens from there? You get a chance to buy your tickets. They got different tiers. They got meet and greets. They got greets and meets, and they're doing a whole lot of things.
Whole lot of things, but the card is stacked. Really looking forward to it. And again, Jade, thank you so much for coming on our show and promoting the wrestling promotion here, and for joining us. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was good. And I told you the story. The weirdest thing happened. A couple days later, I'm walking through the grocery store, and there's her dad right there. The excellence of execution, doing his thing. I didn't want to bother him. I quickly went up. Hi, how you doing? I just did the podcast with your daughter. He's like, oh, thank you very much. Like, it was the weirdest timing of all time. I've seen him many times because I think he might be up in the area I live in.
Right.
But it was the first time I got the confidence to go up and say hello.
Like, they're just really
And I owe it all to Jade.
That's right. I
So-
had the time of our life.
Now, here's the thing. You talking about the wrestling, you got a lot of killers that are going to be there. You know what? This past weekend, and what a weekend it was. We are in full swing now in baseball playoffs, finally.
Wow.
We are now into the NHL regular season. We're going to be very NHL heavy today.
Big.
We got some NFL things to talk about. Life is just happening all the way around us. NBA is around the corner. What a great time. This is literally the greatest time of the year for me. I love it.
I love fall. I love fall for a lot of reasons. Like, it's the sports that really does it.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, the leaves are nice. And
Yeah, that's all nice.
The color change is quite a beautiful contrast, and very, very great for photography.
Now, we got to talk a little bit about something right before we get going on to the NHL stuff.
What are we doing?
I kind of alluded to the Killers, right? So we got the Killers last week,
Okay.
or when we've talked about the Killers many a times on this show. What happened to the Killer? And just another example of what the hell is going on, the Toronto Blue Jays. They get into that new format that they have in baseball with the wild card. They're taking on a team that hasn't been in the playoffs for 20-something years. I get it. It's a best of 3, so first team to win 2. So Seattle comes in. They're peppy. They're excited. They're young. They got nothing to lose. They take game 1, 4-0. Fair enough. Against a Blue Jays team that everybody's pegged to be the young and wild and exciting team to watch. Up 8-1 in the second game. 5th inning or so, they were up 8-1. I go over to my brother's for Thanksgiving. My brother goes, it's 8-5. I go, what? Oh, it's 8-8. At that moment, I knew it was over.
Yeah.
And they finally lose 10-9 I believe in the 10th inning. The Killers that we talk about religiously on this show, this is what we're talking about. There are no guys that can put this game away. Now, baseball is that tricky game because there's no time limit, right? You know what I mean? You have to earn your win. 8-1 apparently is not a big enough lead if you're not into it. Dude, I was just disappointed in the Blue Jays, but I'm also just kind of proud that me and you constantly bring up the Killers.
It's unbelievable to blow a lead like that.
It's unacceptable.
That is really bad. That's a 30-point lead in basketball.
Easily.
It's a 5-goal lead in hockey.
All day.
There's no excuse to it. Like, I can understand certain things. Like, if it's head-to-head action.
Right.
You've been up by 1 run, up by 2 runs, but it's back and forth and the game's really tight and you have one pop. What do? Sometimes people show up. even then I struggle with it in the playoffs. I'll be honest with you. No, like you got to close.
Yeah.
You got to close the sale, man. There is zero excuse. And you know what? This is so typical Jays. They had it teed up for them.
Right there.
Like you don't even the only reason you're in the wild card is because the Yankees had a phenomenal season. Outside of that, you would have won the division. Let's call it what it is.
All day, sure. Yeah,
and they had a fantastic team. You got to win these ones. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of,
and I'll put this. This is where, you know what? I hate hearing, if they would have just beat the Mariners, they could have gone all the way. No.
You clearly can't beat them.
You have to beat everyone to go all the way.
That's right.
If they beat those guys, they would have beat the harder guys.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Why do people say that? I agree. Yeah, it's weird.
It just makes them feel better. Those are the losers that are like, well, if I did graduate, I'd have a degree.
If I had just gone to school, I'd be smarter.
Yeah. Hello. Okay.
It's just, it's weird.
Like, shut up,
Matt, if we kept dating in high school, we would have been married by now.
Yeah, but we didn't.
But I'm just standing outside her house every day and looking at her. What's the big deal? Who cares?
Oh, you're talking to him again?
So, speaking of the Yankees, you know what? Another guy that's a killer. You got Aaron Judge. He breaks the record, or quote unquote. It's our asterisk to his record. How's that?
Sorry,
How's that, baseball?
Can I say something?
Yeah,
you're sitting on the news side because Jay was here last week. Now you're over there.
Yeah.
It's you know what I realized? It's messing up my flow.
Well, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No, I would sit.
You'll sit across here. But you know what the problem is? This room has a lot of microphones.
Here's the problem. Diamond fan Fran even commented how he likes my sit position.
Yeah, you got a good sit position.
This is great.
You keep doing it. Why?
No,
just move this monitor a little bit over.
Move the monitor.
You can move the monitor.
Too far.
Well, listen, this is what's going to happen starting now. Jade gave me a better position. I like this better. It's nicer. Oh, look at that. See, there you go.
There you go.
Let's try it this week. If not, we'll go back to the original.
We'll see how it goes.
We've done 229 of these things. In various things. We talked about it. We went from a kitchen table.
In my face. Yeah. I can't even.
Yeah, that in your face is the least of your worries. The kitchen table to the basement to Alchemy Studios to the university to Zoom. We are chameleons in the pod game.
We're the caravan of podcasts.
That's right. Now, real quick, I told you, Aaron Judge. Hey, 62 home runs. Congratulations. Our asterisk because it's not 73 like Bonds, but I digress. What about Spike Lee? Real quick, is this guy the ultimate Jinx fan? Like, you see him in the front of the Yankees. So Yankees lost yesterday in extra innings to the Guardians, the Cleveland Guardians. I'm being politically correct here. And you just see they pan over to Spike Lee, and it's the same face that he has when he's sitting on the Knicks sideline. He's the worst fan of all time. He's got to be.
He's mush.
He's mush.
He's mush. New York's got to get rid of him.
They got to. Yeah.
Get someone else.
Yeah, find somebody better. You know who's a good guy? He's a big.
You know what they should do? If he's a real fan, is they should take him on the road.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe he's a road warrior.
Maybe he's better that way.
And he can heckle the other team.
That's a good idea.
Shut up, Spike.
Yeah, no, he's mush. You're right. He's absolutely mush. But you know who's not mush? And he proved it once again. Start of the NHL season was just on, I believe it was on Wednesday. The Edmonton Oilers taking on the Vancouver Canucks. And Canucks were up 3-0. Cue the comeback. Cue the greatest player that maybe has ever played. And here's a real killer. It's Connor McDavid. He literally goes, guys, I know I carried you guys in the playoffs. I know it's the first game. Okay, get on my back for this first one just because we're at home. We can't get embarrassed at home. We start with the NHL. It's dump and chase. It's the NHL season is starting. Tonight, Calgary versus Edmonton. It's the Battle of Alberta again, rehashed. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Both coming from a win.
Yes, absolutely. Now, granted, we're only we're literally one game in. So we're not like going, it's not like we have a big lead here going, okay, we're going to give you who's going to win in the East, who's going to win in the West. We're going to give you our Darkhorse, and we're going to give you our Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, well, you know what? If my pick actually won the Stanley Cup, I'd be right. I can't get over. We got to come up with a label for that fan.
I like that. That's good.
I'm thinking dumbass, but I'm pretty sure we could probably come up with something.
We can figure something.
We can figure something out.
Well, let's start as we always do. We're going to start in the NHL. We're going to start in the Eastern Conference. Dimitri, give me some teams you like in the East this year. Some teams you don't. Instead of us going through the divisions and talking about every team, just give me what you like.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I just like the East.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 2 years, maybe 3, this thing has been stacked. you go up and down the teams.
Right.
And you don't know how any playoff is going to shape out. And then when you get to the playoffs like last year, you don't know how it's going to shape out. Okay? So for me, I don't know who's going to win because like everyone's got Florida, Tampa, Toronto, Pittsburgh, Rangers, Carolina, this, that. However.
What you got?
I got a little something.
You got something?
I got an inside track.
What you got?
And if they win, I will prove it to be right.
True. That's right. And we are those guys that will tell you when we're right. We won't tell you when we're wrong.
Listen, of course I love me my Pittsburgh.
Right.
I truly believe that a healthy Pittsburgh last year might even, if Pittsburgh was healthy, they would have won the Stanley Cup.
Here we go. The theme of the show.
Loser fan. I don't know. Anyways, let's get to the goods. Who do I love in the East? There's one team. And the Dimitri means one team that I think is going to go all the way. See, Mitch, you're $1 too late and 4 inches too short. South Carolina, Georgia, I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking about the place where you live, your state, your Golden State, the reigning and soon-to-be defending Stanley Cup champions, the Carolina El Huracana.
That's who you're picking as your team in the East to take it. And on top of it, you already pegged them.
The Carolina
pegged them.
Huracana.
The Huracana. I like what you got there.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Listen, I'm not. I love me my Rangers.
Yeah.
I love me my Penguins. I still love me my Florida and Tampa. Like I love them all. But I look at what Carolina's done, and they're just that much more seasoned. I love it.
You like that?
I love it.
I kind of like your pick. I have them as one of my top 4 for sure. You know what? Rather than give you my East pick right away, I'm going to tell you a team that I think is going to go the other way, and that is Florida. I think Florida, you had your day in the sun. And granted, you're going to have a lot of days in the sun because you're down in Florida. You had your opportunity. 25 years ago, John Van Beesbrook and that team were getting pebbled by the Rats, right? Remember that was the big thing there?
Right,
and that was your glory. It took 25 years for you to get back to kind of this. And I think with what's happened, you guys getting rid of the Huberdeau, you guys getting rid of the Weezer, and you're bringing in the Kachuk. I personally just don't get it. I think this team's actually going to go backwards. I got to be honest. I still think they're good, but they're not going to be President Trophy winning. They're going to be in there, but you had your opportunity last year. And when you were taking on your arch rivals, the Tampa Bay Lightning, who had gone to 3-time Stanley Cups, they still showed everybody that you guys aren't ready. And I think that this whole change, doing what you guys did, and argument's sake, what I did like is you guys partying with the strippers the night before losing to Tampa Bay. I like that, but I don't think you guys are going to do very well going forward. Florida to diminish this year.
Wow.
Boom. Now, who team do I like in the East? I do like a little Hurricana. I like what you're doing there.
Okay.
But not yet. Do I like Toronto? No. And I'll tell you why. When you have to get The Rock to come to the opening game.
Yes.
Cool. I have to give it to you. You caught everyone off guard. No one knew, hey?
I know. And that's why I did that.
Yeah.
And the Dimitri means George would have got the reference.
I get it. That's not what you did.
That's why I did it.
I like Toronto. I think Toronto will finally make it past the first round.
Agreed.
But I do not think they're still Stanley Cup caliber team. So who do I like in the East, Dimitri? There's really only one team, and it's your Pittsburgh Penguins. I think nostalgia. I think the Crosby, the Malkin, the Letang, the whole combination, the Goodell, all of them. I think it's their last ride, and they're going to do everything they can to get to this year's Stanley Cup. Mark me down for the Pittsburgh Penguins to beat your Carolina to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
And it's funny you say Pittsburgh. So for me, if I had to pick the Final Four, it was Pittsburgh, Carolina.
Yeah.
I know I say it every year, but you know what? The race in the East is so tight.
Yes.
That there's not a Colorado like team that you're going to beat that Colorado. Right. We got it, right? Like, so are we doing dark horses?
Yeah, absolutely. Who do you got?
You want to know who I got?
I hope it's not who I have, but go.
Let me tell you who it is.
What you got?
Let me tell you.
I'm hearing.
Buffalo last year, you had your chance.
What?
Hold on. You had your chance. I picked you last year.
That's true. You
and
did.
I was a year too late because I think this year might be your year.
So you're picking them?
No.
You're not taking them?
No. When I think of a team, a dark horse, I say, yeah, you could be a regular horse.
Right.
But you also got to be a horse. We're Greek. Like Pegasus.
Like a donkey.
No, like a Pegasus. Something a little more elaborate.
Okay.
A place where you need wings, where you can fly.
You are looking at my notes.
Ladies
you
and
are
gentlemen,
looking at my notes.
The Detroit Red Wings are my dark Pegasus.
You checked my notes. When I had them on the top, you saw my notes.
No, I didn't. I didn't, Mitch. I swear.
I got them right here.
They are no longer they are not the Red Wings. They are the Detroit Pegasus. That's it.
I like him.
That's
Listen,
who I got.
That team, and see, this is why you could see that he cheated, because I'm going to give you some insight into why Detroit is going to go far this year. In fact,
I swear to God, I didn't cheat. I have no idea.
I believe you. I believe you. I don't believe you. But here's the thing. I was listening to 32 Thoughts, the Elliot Friedman.
Right.
Great podcast. I listen to hear a spin check. I'll listen to various things just to hear. A lot of people have Detroit 2 years out. But after what they did in the free agency market and then the signing,
that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Yzerman is maybe the new Lou Amorello. Like, people are either afraid of him, and he's not losing trades. And what he did in Tampa Bay for all those years, that's all his architecture. That's all his work. So you guys can say, Tampa Bay's 3 times to the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, on Yzerman's dollar. Let's call it what it is.
100%.
So he went out and got the Tampa Bay assistant coach, David Lamond, brings him in. So he's got that guy now. He knows he can trust this guy. He knows the system. He's got you go and you sign, he hasn't signed Larkin yet, but Larkin's the captain. He's great guy. You got the Andrew Kopp that they signed at the end. They got the reigning Calder Trophy winning in Moritz, the defenseman. And then you got the whole array of guys. You got Perron, you got Bertuzzi, you got Raymond, you got Sider, you got all these guys that are just right there.
They're just young and hungry.
They're young and they're hungry, and they're in Detroit, hockey town.
Yeah.
Long story short, I love this Detroit, and I think, forget 2 years from now, I'm saying right now with you, I can't believe we collaborated on this.
Well, you know what? It's kind of like our college Houston pick.
Right? Remember that?
It's osmosis.
This is basically guaranteed.
Are you here right now? Am I here?
Are you seeing two different people?
You're listening to The Sports Show with Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. It's
All
creepy
right.
sometimes.
From there, yeah, it is actually. From there, let's jump to the West. It's our division. We know this division. Dimitri, who do you love in the West, and who do you, give me who you hate in the West, or who's not going to do so well this year, maybe?
Teams that I don't think are going to do too well. I think that if we were selling the stock like we do in the NFL,
Sure.
I'd sell Minnesota.
Sell Minnesota.
I'm not really, big on them. St. Louis, I think, is another team that's going to diminish a little bit as well. I think they're going to be tough to play against, but those are the teams that they're still on the bubble. They're going to be fighting for, with the Nashvilles. They're going to be fighting with the Vancouvers. It's going to be a big mess coming down to the end again. Who do I like? I love me my Colorado. I still think they are the team to beat. Now, I get it that our Flames beat them on game 1, but I'll tell you what. If Colorado actually woke up and played the third period, the whole game, let me tell you something. Not just the Flames. There's nobody that's beating them. The other team I like, it comes down to 2 teams for me. Calgary and Edmonton. Yeah. Whoever, they're just going to have to forcefully play each other because they're in the same division. And I truly believe that it's one of those 2 teams in the conference final with Colorado. That's how I see this playing out. They're great.
The team that I think is going to fall apart or stay down is the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I just have this feeling like they didn't make the playoffs last year. A lot of people are going to be like, Mitch, they're stacked with talent. Yeah, they are. And they still missed the playoffs last year. And I just feel like none of the superstars that are on this team, from the Stones to the Eichels to even the Peter Angelos, I'm sorry, I just don't see you guys like those leaders that are going to pump the team up better. They're great players individually, but I don't feel like they're the kind of team captains that make everyone better around them. Do you know what I mean? And with the loss of Lehner now, he's gone for the season, the goalie. I just don't think this team, they're going to be there. They'll hover, but they're not going to make it again. And you know what? I like Golden Knights. This is the thing. I look forward to going to Vegas very soon, hopefully, and go to a game.
They're the new San Jose.
Yeah, they might be.
Right?
Yeah.
They have the players. They have the you want to lay money down on them, not just because they're Vegas. But you're like, yeah, you get good odds and whatever. But they just don't have the killer instinct. Like
exactly.
when a guy like McDavid, McKinnon, Makar, like when you got guys that just go and say, okay, the Kucherovs, they don't have
something.
it.
That's right. They don't have it. That's right.
And they've hedged it with Eichel, and I don't know if that's the move. Like,
we'll talk about that.
Great guy to have, I guess.
Is it?
But
is it?
Now let's talk Darkhorse.
But hold on, I'll tell you who I like in the West.
Oh, sorry.
I gave you who I don't like. I'll give you who I like.
Who do you like?
Now here's the thing, Calgary fan.
Here it
I'm gonna
comes.
give you a little something.
Does it every time.
I get a little tired. I've been born and raised in Calgary, Alberta,
heating up.
Canada.
He's heating
And
up.
for years, Dimitri, what have I said? That good players come here to die. I don't know why. I could go through the list. I've given it to Dimitri. I've given it to my friends. Something happens when players get here. They die. I don't know why. But they end up living here after. It's the weirdest thing ever. Anyways, the point of the matter is I have every reason in the world to pick the Edmonton Oilers because of what I saw on the first game of the year, what I saw last year. Connor McDavid has a chip on his shoulder finally,
Big
that chip that I like. Draisaitl was rated as the 5th best player in the NHL, top 50. Connor McDavid, number 1. Draisaitl, number 5. And then you got your Canes. You got your goalie of the future, apparently, in Campbell. You got Nurse, who scored a goal, and that's the only goal he's going to score this year, by the way. $9.5 million. Still, I can't handle this whole thing. So is my pick Edmonton? Hell no, it's the Calgary Flames.
What?
And I'll tell you why, because there is something about this team that I like.
It's a Sutter team.
This team is now a Sutter team. Yeah. You can feel it. There's something there, Dimitri. And I know it's only game 1, and I'm getting a little excited. But hey, Pittsburgh, meet Calgary. Calgary, meet Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, welcome and congratulate the Calgary Flames as the Stanley Cup champions. 2022, baby.
What have you done?
The Red Mile is back. We're back, baby.
Wow.
We did it.
Wow.
Bring it.
Woo.
Done.
You're that. Buddy,
I am that confident.
Listen, it's a Sutter team.
It's a Sutter team.
That's what you get. You trade off a little of the high flyers, right? You got rid of a couple of the luchadors.
Yeah.
And you brought in some real studs.
That's right.
You brought in some, buddy, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
Who do you guys your dark horse?
My dark horse. Listen, I'm sticking with the theme.
Let me take a look at it. You were now I'll know if you were looking at my notes. Go.
I'm sticking with the theme. I told you, in the East, you got to pick the flyer. You have to pick someone that has wings that can get you there. You think it's different in the West for me? You think it's different in the West for me? I look up and down. I say, a predator? There's no wings there.
There's no wings there.
A flame? There's no wings there.
No wings there.
Well, apparently, they're winning the Stanley Cup.
That's right.
But I'm looking at you, Anaheim.
What?
I'm looking at you, Anaheim. I'm looking at the Duck. I made fun of Mitch being a Duck last week.
That's right.
But I'm not making fun of any Ducks in the western part of this National Hockey League. I'm picking them to be my dark horse. They got the young guns. They got, in my opinion, who's going to be Captain Young Gun of that big graduating junior class. That's talking in McTavish. Why? Because his dad doesn't wear a helmet. That's why.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool that he can say, my dad was the last guy to put on a bucket. Okay? Now, let me tell you, they're young. They got guys that want to come play there. They want to try it out. They got it. So they were right there. They're going to be there. I think they're going to make it in. They're going to squeak it. And I'm looking at the Anaheim Ducks myself, Mitchell, as the Pegasus pick of the West.
So you could tell we're very alike. He may have looked at my notes and he may have averted. He went I-40 route and I went I-39.
You know I love me an I-40.
I'm taking the San Jose Sharks as the
Really?
dark horse team.
Ooh.
And called Dark Shark. That's what I'm going with. And I'll tell you why. I like Theo Meyer. I like that Sharks team. They're young, they're aggressive. Couture, they're not great, but I think they got a little something in them that might be able. Again, this is why they're the dark horse. I'm not 100% convinced of them. I think they're a couple of years out, but there's something about it. And then here's where we're going to, it's a great segue into what I want to go next. We talked about the teams. Now every team gets to where they are because of the players. Let's talk a little bit about some of the players. Dimitri, who do you think is going to have a standout season? I'll throw out a couple of names to you if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I'll start with San Jose. Carl Erickson this year is Erik Karlsson is from San Jose. He's pegged to make 11.5 this year. A lot of people are already talking about it because he's already digressed. Like the fall from Ottawa to San Jose, but a lot of people are going, look, you got no Burns now, you got nothing, you're making all this money, you got to do something. Is he going to completely fall off the map, or do you see a little resurgence from this guy? It's a lot of money.
I don't.
Yeah, I think he gave it all away.
I do.
His glory years, if you will, were down in Ottawa.
But it's tough. You say no more Burns anymore, and he's going to be forced. He's going to be forced to play. It just sometimes he's a great defenseman. I'm not taking anything away. He's clearly amazing, but sometimes when you're just a big high point getter, and then you don't do that anymore, you're out of the limelight. So, but in terms of points and no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have a great year. But one of the reasons I like my San Jose pick is I just feel like they're talking about him. Like usually guys like this who have been in the league this long, and it's not his fault he accepted. Would you not take 11.5 if they offered it to you?
It's not bad.
I'd take it.
It's not bad.
So I just feel if people are talking about it, it might that resurgence in him. When he was with the Ottawa teams, they weren't that great. Yeah, they went to one Stanley Cup, and that was more of a ride. That wasn't, they weren't juggernauts, you know what I mean, in any sort of way. I just feel like maybe this is what they kind of paid the money for. They said, hey, he's a leader. He's been here. Maybe he can do it. And maybe the Burns thing kind of freaked him out a little bit because he's like, man, this guy's good. I can lean on him. Oh, wow. We're not good together. It happens, man. It happens. Another guy I want to throw it at you is the guy at the Golden Knights, is the Jack Eichel. So last year, him and Buffalo had a bad breakup. They don't like each other. But now he got his way. He got over to the Golden Knights. What are your thoughts on Jack Eichel maybe having a full season over in Las Vegas?
You pegged my point right there. Full season. Are we ever going to see one again from this guy?
It'd be nice to see. Yeah.
It'd be nice if that were to happen. Look, I think he's a good player. I think he's a very good player. I mean, I think he's one of the top centers in the league. There's no question about it. But I also get this sense that he's very
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Neither do I. Hate it.
The attitude part of it is really big for me, Mitch. And so, no, I have no expectation that he's going to do anything of significance for the rest of his career, maybe unless he changes his attitude.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be, I'm talented, so I'm going to go walk in and just be talented.
Yeah.
You still got to put a lot of the work in. And when you're playing with guys like the Stones of the world, like... These guys are workhorses.
Yeah.
I don't know if that jives too well.
You know what? It's exactly that. Like, Stone knows he's a good player, and he'll do that extra little thing, right, to make the deal. Same thing with Peter Angelo. He'll do that extra little thing. Yeah, Eichel, to me, has never been that guy. He's like, feed me the puck, and I'll fire it, and I'll do whatever, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I took Las Vegas as a team that I feel is going to fall apart this year. Sure. I just feel like you got these superstar names, but are they superstar players? From there, let's jump over to here's a name that when I saw him sign with this team, I was excited. It's John Tortorella. Is that going to change Philadelphia?
100%.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
I saw some interviews with him, and I saw him on the ice talking to his team. He's trying to change that whole culture. Apparently, it was very, let's call it amateur. It was very, speaking of Fran, who's a coach, Diamond fan Fran. That's a coach can change everything, right? I mean, look at Vancouver, Bruce Boudreau, right? Coming in and changing that culture and everything. I think Tortorella is the right guy. You're going to need the guy that's going to rip you apart, and he's going to say some things that are going to hurt your feelings, and he's only going to make you better. It's kind of like working out. You rip that muscle, it's going to hurt for a while, but the next day,
atrophy.
24-inch pythons.
It's brother. Atrophy.
Yeah.
It's called that. Okay. I love the but you know what? When and here's the other thing, right? Everyone's going to read between the lines. When a team now hires a Tortorella,
right,
they know exactly what's coming with it.
Right.
You better put your body in front of the puck. You better play hard. You better, no prima donnas on. Like, you better get after it. So what that tells me is when they were selecting a coach and they got a Torts in front of them, everyone knows that the culture needs to change around there, and they need to whip people into shape.
Agreed.
Same thing as Calgary when it's like, hey, Sutter, can we bring you back here? We got some punks that think they're too cool for school. Same thing in Philadelphia, right? So
Sutter's probably grabbing some of those guys, the young guys, and he's like, oh, you don't want to work on this? No problem. I got a farm out in Viking. Come over here. You like lifting hay? That's what's going to happen over here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tortorella needs a farm. That's what he needs.
He needs a farm.
He needs a farm. A couple more. It's last year's MVP. It's Mr. Austin Matthews. Thoughts? Repeat?
60's gonna be tough, but he's gonna score. He's gonna score a lot of goals. I still got him at 50.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think 50, but back checking, it's not happening. Just hey, Toronto, it's not happening on the back check. Just let's make this clear. That little mustache thing and his hair, we also have to talk about this throughout the year. Like, something's got to give.
I think he should just go bald.
Why not? Give it how about this? Everyone knows it's gone. A toupee.
Wear a toupee.
Like Goulet.
Papa.
Papa. All right.
I was waiting for you to bust it.
That one just came naturally. I didn't even mean it. Yeah. Where is this coming? Real quick. This guy, he was here on Thursday night. He was here in Calgary. It's the MVP. He won all the MVPs. He won a Stanley Cup as well. It's Mr. McCarr, straight from Calgary. What are your thoughts this year? I know what you feel about him, but what did I say to you? 2 penalties? I don't know. He looked a little slow, little sluggish. He looked a little sluggish.
You know that the penalties were soft. They were soft. Especially
he smashed Kadri on that one.
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, no, didn't he high stick somebody right after the goal?
Okay, the high sticking, that's obvious, right? He got it. It might have actually been him, but
it was him. That was him for sure, yeah.
But they were soft penalties, man. They were soft penalties. Anyways, come on.
He wasn't moving his feet.
Makar is Dutch for money. I cannot verify that, but I'm going with it.
That's good. I like that one. All right.
I'm making me the Makar tonight.
Do you think, I'll throw this one back to Makar, is he and will he be the MVP of the league this year?
No, because it's really, really hard for a defenseman to take that title. And if he is and he gets it, then I think that if you're a defenseman and you get MVP, you should automatically get reigning next year too.
That's a good point. I like that idea.
You got it.
You already get it for next year.
You already got it for next year. Yeah.
You're like, sorry guys, he wanted it this year. It's a 2-year award.
It's like the NFL, man. It's all forward focused. It's quarterback focused. We get it.
I love it.
Speaking of NFL, I'm looking at the time.
Yeah, I know. We're going right now. We're heading into it. We're going right in. There we go. Okay, NFL. We're just touch and go on NFL today. It's just a touch and go. It's not a big segment because let's call it what it is. The Denver Broncos, I told you so, suck. And so real quick, Dimitri, whose fault? We got 2 things I want to talk about the NFL. Number 1, the Denver Broncos, they suck. I already said it. Is it Russell or is it the coach? Go.
Oh, it's very simple for me. It's the coach.
Really?
What are you? Yeah. Well, hold on. You asked my opinion.
I know. Sorry, I just said.
Okay, what are you
it's a wrong opinion.
Interrupt me. No, it's not a wrong opinion. You and your monogram coffee.
I had to go to the bathroom.
So he went and purchased a laxative.
Well, it's true. Also a good point.
Listen. You know what, Denver Broncos? I got a big problem with you because I'm buying more Bronco, by the way.
You're buying more Bronco?
I'm still buying.
You're crazy.
The Bronco Bitcoins.
You're crazy.
They're the Denver Bitcoins.
They sure act like it. They get all excited, like whatever.
Listen. The fact of the matter is guys, just score a touchdown. What's it been, 3 games?
Buddy, we're in week 6. We're going to week 6.
It's crazy to me that so here's the thing. If they're winning games by field goals, hey, defense, credit to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you the defense, sure. I'll give it to you.
I will give it to you. But here's the thing. Here's why I tell you that I think it's the coach's fault.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is a free bird, man. Okay? You have to let him do his thing. You have to let him scramble. You have to let him control. That's what you need on that team. You don't need a guy to play text by the book football. Now, I understand that Denver I get when a coach wants that to happen. Stick with the plan, stick with the process, learn the process, and then excel. And that's great. But not with a guy like Russell Wilson, who understands how to kind of maneuver and find things done. You don't do that to an Aaron Rodgers. You don't do that to a Russell Wilson. You don't do that to these guys. You can do that to a Tannehill if you want.
Sure.
You can do that to a Garoppolo. But you can't do it to these guys. Like Kyler Murray, you can't do that to a Kyler Murray. So
you're right.
This is why, for me, that is the problem. Because what happens? He's not playing his game.
Right.
He's not loose enough. And he's making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
That I've never seen him
You
make
actually
before.
might have convinced me. You actually may have finally, after 229 episodes, convinced me of one of your points. Finally. I'm not even going to rebuttal. I'm just going to leave it right there.
Roll the clock.
From there, real quick. Okay. I have been watching.
Thank you.
No, I'm just going to leave it there. I think you make a really good point. In the NFL, I've been watching NFL, Dimitri, for a lot of years. Like, too many years. And one of the main reasons I started watching the NFL, I find it fun, right? Like, it's strategic, but it's also aggressive. It's violent. It's all of that. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. Now, you can say it's calculated and you can say it's strategic from one point of view. But, man, the violence, and I'm not saying I want to see guys die on the field. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But when it's getting to the point now where a defensive guy is making a sack and he has to literally pick up the quarterback and place him nicely on the ground, you've lost me as a fan. NFL, going back to your buy-sell, I'm about to sell NFL.
What?
Yeah. Dude, I am getting...
The index?
I'm going to sell the index. I'm going to short the index. Because right now, they're losing their luster, man. This is not NFL. I don't know what I'm watching anymore. I don't know what I'm watching. Like, okay, look, the quarterback is the most important player on the field. I get that, and you want to protect him. But you're making it so blatantly obvious now, and you're making it such a bad product by doing what you're doing that I can't watch. You might as well just not give the quarterback padding, let him be the quarterback, and then that way you know the defensive guy won't hit him. Like, the sack is gone. Take it out of the game because you guys are not letting these guys sack quarterbacks anymore. What's the use?
They should just put flags on the quarterback.
Might as well, man. I'm telling you, I think this is the way it's going.
It's brutal, Mitch. You know what? I can listen. How do I start?
Short the index.
Short the index. Personally, for me, I can respect rule changes that protect people in helpless positions.
Sure.
Especially in contact sports. So the NHL has checking from behind.
Right.
Got it.
Totally makes sense.
Okay, totally
right.
makes sense.
Of course.
Okay. The NBA has their flagrant rule.
Sure.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Got it. Now, the problem I have with the NFL is they got a rule for that too. It's with the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I respect it. Don't touch the kicker.
Don't hit him.
Okay? He is in zero position.
Right.
To kick the ball
right.
and to brace for impact from
sure,
a 300-pounder barreling down.
Agreed.
Okay. Not you, quarterback.
No.
And I don't understand. Now, roughing the passer, I think is a great rule to have. When the quarterback's throwing the ball,
right.
He's looking that way, and seconds later, after the fact, he gets run over.
Exactly.
Because you're in a defenseless position.
Agreed.
When you're playing football,
right?
For God's sakes, and you have the ball,
yeah,
you are not in a defenseless position.
That's right.
What are we doing next?
Yeah.
The running back can't get tackled by the feet from behind?
I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
What's going to happen next? The lineman can't push someone on the shoulders because it might dislocate the shoulder?
It's bad.
I mean, what are we doing here, you guys? If you're the quarterback and you have the ball, you're open season for everything.
Agreed.
You got to have the eyes on the back of your head. You got to better have an O-line that better be doing their job. I don't care. If you don't have the ball, you're off limits.
That's right.
End of story.
And that's normal.
But if you got the ball, oh, honey, sugar, baby, I don't care what happens to you.
Couldn't agree more, man.
What are we doing,
You
Mitch?
signed up for this. From the time you were in Pee Wee all the way to the NFL, you knew you want to play quarterback, you're going to have the ball 80% of the time, maybe 90, dare I say. You're going to get hit. Lamar Jackson, who everyone knows I give him a hard time, he runs with it around. And so we're okay with Russell or with Lamar getting hit because he's a little more elusive and he can get away, and so it's not a big deal. But when Tom Brady, who I love, gets tackled by Garrett And it was a full, beautiful hit.
Man.
It wasn't even a hard hit. It was a beautiful gator roll tackle, as they call it. And you're penalizing the defensive guy for that? And by the way, Brady got an $11,000 fine the other day. I don't know if you saw it, because apparently he kicked him. That's the NFL trying to like save a little grace there.
11,000.
It's such crap. Like I'm telling you, the product is falling.
Mitch.
It's falling. Short the index.
Short the index. Listen, if you could sit there and pay a heavy machine crane operator $100,000 a year to operate something that might destroy and kill someone's life,
True.
then someone who earns $30 million can get hit.
Yeah, good point.
Shut up.
Yep.
I'm short of the index too.
Done. There we go. From there, we're off to rapid banter.
Ooh.
This week, a baseball card, Honus Wagner, 1909, was priced at $3.2 million. Would you buy that or would you sell that?
Who?
Exactly, right? Yeah, it's the most expensive card in baseball. But with that being said, I saw this and I was intrigued. Quick pick 3. Here we go.
Okay.
Honus Wagner, the Mona Lisa, or Picasso, Women of Algiers. Which one would you want to own?
Oh, give me the Mona Lisa.
Priced at an easy $867 million. Priced with the inflation, I might add. I checked into it.
It's indexed.
$867 million for the Mona Lisa.
And you know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm shorting the Mona Lisa.
Short the Mona Lisa. The New York Rangers are the only team in the NHL that does not have a team mascot. Cool, not cool.
No, cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cool.
You know, I love you, Harvey, but
No. But you know what they should do for a mascot? They got to get like a real New Yorker running a hot dog stand.
That's a great mascot.
Be like, hey, what are you doing over
Hey,
here?
what are you doing?
Hey, what are you
Wait,
thinking?
want ketchup?
Why, you want a little ketchup? What do you think? You can come here and beat our team. You can be the Rangers. Hey, kid, come here. You want a shirt? That should be
there. Yeah, that's a good. I like that mascot. That's good. Taysom Hill last week, 9 rushes, 112 yards with 3 touchdowns. He threw a touchdown pass, 1 special team recovery, and he did 3 kickoff returns. Is he the best player in the NFL?
He's the best backups all time.
Guys, pretty good. Pretty good. Who beat Brady better, Nick Foles, Eli Manning, or Giselle?
Eli Manning.
So Robert Kraft got married just 3 days ago. 81 years old.
The reception was at the Wild Orchid.
Yeah. He's 81. He married a 47-year-old doctor, I found out. And Tom was at the wedding. No Giselle. Jerry Seinfeld, a huge Mets fan, is blaming Timmy Trumpet for the entrance music that was a big hit this year. Is that justified or come on, the trumpet?
Mambo number 5.
Tiger Woods is now ranked 1,206 in the official world golf rankings. Is that inbounds or out of bounds?
Oh, that's out of bounds. That hurts.
That does hurt.
That hurts.
You went from 1. I saw his stat. It's like 1, 1. Like when he first started, it was like 14. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1206.
Live Golf is looking a little nicer.
Give one up. Drinking, sex, or sports?
I don't care. I'm not picking one. None.
Neither. None. Sex. All right, last one. Here we go. No, second last one. Would you rather have 5 regular season PGA Tour wins or 1 major championship?
1 major.
Yeah. The green jacket, right?
Doesn't matter.
It's the green jacket, right?
It's the green jacket. Yeah.
Last one.
I like that question.
Who's the real head of the table? Roman Reigns or Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Stay tuned. Last thing. Last night I was watching. I just caught the end of the SmackDown.
Rock, acknowledge him.
What? I love it. I was watching the end of SmackDown, and they brought in Bray Wyatt, right? And they were making a big hoopla about it. Anticlimactic. I don't know if you saw it last night.
I did.
What'd you think?
I see what they were doing there.
You think so?
Yeah, I see what they were doing.
I was confused.
You know why? Because he's gonna. It's actually.
Is he babyface?
See, that's the brilliance.
Yeah.
You see what they did, right?
I know.
Do you remember when Bret Hart was a good guy in Canada and
course.
they hated him in the States?
Sure.
That's what they're doing with him. He's got a good guy persona.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do a bad guy persona.
And
this guy's gonna be the head of both tables.
I like that.
You see what they did?
Rapid banter. All right, it's MAGA Malaka time. Here we go. I got 3 of them for you.
Okay.
Boom. Top 10 or top NHL players. We can go back to the NHL and go through the players. MAGA Malaka this year.
It's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. So earlier this week, you said to me, hey, Mitch, a lot of movement in sports, a lot of movement, a lot of jersey changes. Jersey change. Okay.
You're heating up.
And then I told you a second ago, Robert Kraft got married. What do you get a billionaire who recently got married? Gifts for a billionaire.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
What was the second one again?
The second one was jersey changes. Not just the NHL, all sports.
I really we can say can we actually save and do those on a different day?
Which one do you want me to do?
I want to do the craft one.
Okay, let's do the craft
I think
one.
the gifts is really good.
We have a lot on hold, by the way. I've realized we have a lot we have to go back to.
You need to write these down so we don't forget them.
It's all right here. It's all right here.
We should do an episode where it's just MAGA Malaka.
We could do that.
Like a special.
That's a great idea.
That should be our Christmas
That's
special.
our Christmas special. It's a MAGA Malaka miracle. All right, here we go. Robert Kraft, I just told you. He got married on the weekend. He got married. By the way, he got married during the week. Who gets married? You're an NFL owner. Your team, your players. I don't know who you're going to invite to this. Who gets married on a Thursday? Like, what the hell, man?
It's Thursday. What are you doing?
Not that I'm just going to Robert Kraft's wedding. So he married a 47-year-old doctor. Good on you. Here we go. What do you buy a billionaire? That's the big question.
Okay.
Card. Do you get him a card?
You still get a card.
You still got a card.
It still goes a long way.
Okay. How about something from the registry? Do you think he registers anything? Like, we are talking about a billionaire.
If he does register, MAGA, you got to get it from the
I
registry.
would say no, and I'd be scared to go. Like, his registry's probably like, I don't know, like our equivalent of Holt Renfrew or something like that. I don't know. It's like
he's got a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, we got the same thing? Oh, no.
Okay.
All right, here's one for you. Because we're Greek and we joke about this all the time. The fakilo, or the money card. Do you give Robert Kraft money?
Okay, MAGA. And you give him the same amount of money that you would give to any other wedding.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, I disagree. Hopefully you're not married. You go to the wedding, give him, go and take out an equity out of your house. Okay? Give him like $100,000. Then you immediately get married a couple of weeks later.
That's
and
different.
he has to give you back.
No, you can't play that game.
Why?
Because he's a billionaire. He's smart. We're out of town that week.
He's got to still send the card.
But he won't send the money.
He won't send the money.
He's not going.
Don't go to the wedding.
Don't go.
Don't go. If you can't afford to roll with Robert Kraft, don't go to the wedding.
Just throw 100 in there.
All right, here's the last one. Not everyone has it. It's a beautiful thing in most houses. It's the vase. A beautiful vase.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good thought out gift.
Thank you.
A vase.
You show up at the billionaire with the box, right?
Yeah.
You show, hi, where can I leave? Because no one else has brought it. You're the only one. You're showing up with the box. You're like this. Where can I leave this?
Is that Hungarian crystal?
That's Hungarian crystal. There it is. It's MAGA Malaka.
The box from the registry.
Why do the Hungarians have good crystal? Like, what's over there that they have nice crystal?
They're just, they back in the day they used to make a lot of crystal.
Did they? I didn't know.
Yeah, if you walk in.
So Greeks got souvlaki, the French have croissants, and the Hungarians have crystal. Is what
Well,
you're
if you
telling me.
went to any Greek home, like if you had like a candy dish or like the old lamps,
Of course.
go look at the label. It's Hungarian crystal.
Hungarian crystal.
They had cornered the market.
The
at one
Chinese
point.
have the teas, like the teapots or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right.
I don't know if they're still in the crystal game, the Hungarians.
You think they would be? I mean, it sounds like a good game. Every ethnic company, like all the ethnic moms and grandmas have that stuff, right?
Well, the only game
household.
Listen, speaking of games, sports is a game. Our podcast is a game. You want to get in the game? Very simple. It's called Sports Show TV on the YouTube. It's exploding. We're getting followers like crazy now. It's a thing. It's getting me excited every week. Look, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, CJSW 90.9 FM. Listen, episode 229. This is insanity, but it's one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker because we do have to hit the showers.
Boom.
Booyah.
Yeah, maybe a gift certificate too, or a Wild Orchard is. That's also one we could have got him.
Yeah, you know what? If he's
That would
getting
be funny.
Listen. He's getting married on a Thursday. What the hell did he do for his stag? No
It's
one.
It's a good point. I see what you're doing.
See what I'm doing there?
And I see why he went with the doctor. Great idea. Like, he's 81.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not getting any younger. I
not
got
getting
standby
any younger.
doctor here.
Come on, honey. Come on. We got to do the rectal exam.
I got to think.
I'm
I
older.
haven't seen a picture of her. I want to see, is she a cutie at 47? I'll bet you she's a cutie. I'll bet you. And what kind of doctor? That's the next thing. Is she a chiropractor? Because then, is she a doctor? Are we started something here? Did we just start a controversy?
They're real doctors. But are they, though? Are they?
Spiros, it's not that we don't believe you.
Is that guy back yet?
You know what? I hope so. My leg's hurting.
Yeah, man. I got a thing with the neck.
Spiros Papadopoulos, best chiropractor in Calgary. Find him.
That's right.
It's up in the West Hills area. I can't remember. Kinesiology? No.
I'm not. Kinetic?
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 Was that the old one?
I think that might have been the old
That
one.
might have been it.
We don't like that
We don't
place
like that
anymore.
place. We like the new place.
Hey, Kinetic. Right here.
And we've been sued.
People have to listen to us first, Mitch.
I thought you said we were getting lots of
Yeah,
views.
I lied. Come on, man. You can't. Come on, man. You got to butter it up. Actually, all jokes aside,
Yeah.
we've been getting some serious.
No, we
traction.
have. I saw
Like,
the stats the other
You
day.
look at the numbers. It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
I think it's the buy-sell thing. Short the index.
Short the index.
Have a great week, everyone.
So you don't know me when it drop, then I'm
And
mostly what they
recording.
bopping. You could say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked.